Thousands gather in downtown Orlando tonight for a vigil to support the victims and survivors of the Pulse nightclub shooting. This as two officials briefed on the investigation tell the Wall Street Journal the nightclub shooter recently scouted Disney World as a potential target. As we've reported, the shooter walked into the Pulse nightclub with an assault rifle and a 9mm Sunday. Officers say he killed 49 people before he was killed in a shootout with police. Tonight, the FBI is trying to piece together the shooter's motive.
There are strong indications of radicalization by this killer and of potential inspiration by foreign terrorist organizations. We are spending a tremendous amount of time, as you would imagine, trying to understand every moment of this killer's path to that terrible night.
The Orlando shooting is a difficult reminder for people here in Southwest Virginia on what dealing with extensive loss of life can be like. New tonight at 11, WSLS 10's Rob Manch spoke with a former SWAT team member who responded to Virginia Tech 9 years ago. Rob joins us now live at State Police Headquarters. Rob?
Well, yeah, I spoke with Sergeant Rick Garlitz here at the Virginia State Police Division headquarters in Roanoke County. He's a former SWAT team member and, like you said, responded to the Virginia Tech shootings in 2007. He says making that decision to storm a building during an active shooter situation is one of the most difficult decisions police ever have to make. Sergeant Rick Garlitz says hearing about the shooting in Orlando, Florida Sunday brought him back to the violence that took place in Blacksburg 9 years ago.
The thing is it's a nightmare to ever have to be involved in something like that. The folks that are there, you know, they're going to visit the rest of their life.
In Orlando, 29-year-old Omar Mateen entered the Pulse nightclub, and for 3 hours, police waited to storm the building. Garlitz says while he can't comment specifically on that move, it was likely a tactical decision.
You want to give every availability to the person to surrender if we can, because it's dangerous if we have to go in, because we can get hurt, they can get hurt.
But once that decision is made, Garlitz says every officer works as quickly as possible to subdue the gunman.
Our officers are trained to work to engage that person, because if we do that, that takes the focus off of the people that person is trying to harm.
Ultimately, Garlitz says, in situations like these, police can never arrive fast enough to save everyone, but there are things the public can do to protect themselves.
If you think about somebody coming in your building with you, and you plan for it, even though it may not happen, as long as you have a plan, you have the ability to survive.
Well, Garlitz says his office does offer training classes for civilians to develop plans like that for if they ever find themselves in a active shooter situation, and also help them develop situational awareness. In Roanoke County, Rob Manch, WSLS 10.